Greetings, greetings. I am forward again. Excuse me. I wanted to continue with a reading, but I wanted to do a relationship reading as well with Venus. The first reading I did was connected to our resources and finances, but I also definitely recognize that Libra is connected to the energy of my yacht. The energy of our justice, our being in balance and harmony. Relationships is connected to the 7th house of relationship of all kind. Self relationships with others, as in terms of business, partnerships, romantic relationships. So I wanted to do a short reading on that as well. So I'm gonna do both. Why not, right? Okay, so let's get started. We give honor and respect to Source, the Most High, known by many names. We honor you today. We honor the Christ consciousness within ourselves. We honor Oladumare. We honor Enter. We honor the higher forces. We honor our spirit team. We honor the archangels who walk with us. We honor the Orisha. We honor the Abasum. We honor the Netzeru. We honor the Nkisi, the Loa. We honor our benevolent ancestors who walk with us on our maternal, paternal sides of our family. We thank you for your sacrifices and all of the things that you do. We ask you to talk to us and work with us today clearly so that we can get messages from you that connect to our relationship, because we know that one of the things that we all decided to do once we decided to come back here was to be in relation to one another. So we want to get clear messages on this Libra Pink Full Moon on our relationships with others and how to maneuver. And we thank you for this message and transmission. Ashe, Dua, Dua, Dua. All right, beloved. So I'm going to start pulling on the cards. Why not, right? I want to get some messages on relations. I think we just finished. If we're about to, Venus retrograde, is about to end. We just ended Mercury retrograde. Venus retrograde will be ending, if not today, it's this week. It's coming up. I feel it's coming up. I know it's this month. I don't have the correct date. I might put it in the notes. But Venus retrograde has been interesting because it really does help us see where there are some blind spots in our relationships with others. And some things have definitely been coming up for me as it pertains to people, my relationships with people in the past, my relationships with, just the love of my life, where we can, improve in our communications and the needs that we both may have that may go unspoken. Relationships to our deepest needs as it pertains to maybe the work you do, to the joy you want to have in relationships. So those things are coming up. And so I want to just focus on that as it pertains to our healing and to our messages that we may need to get. I hope that you get something from this. Again, anyone who listens to this later, it still pertains to you if you hear it when you hear it. So here we are. Here we go. So the cards that I pulled is saying that on the tarot, 5 of coins. So it's showing that someone has been in a partnership where they have been maybe putting too much toward that partnership financially. A person may have put themselves in a position where they have not been truthful about where they are financially in the relationship, and that relationship, that business partnership is having some issues. Again, the Venus retrograde will open those things up in terms of having those discussions. So you may have some debt, you may have some losses, and you're trying to figure out how to move forward. But the Ace of Cups is saying that you will have a new beginning in that relationship, in that partnership, that some good news, well, not necessarily good news, but a gift could be coming to you You know, sometimes a new relationship or friendship will fulfill you. Things are looking good for you, even though you've had this issue in the past. Some things are about to shift from you. Again, we have this Venus retrograde that's about to go direct. So some things are going to turn around for you. Sometimes had to be reevaluated. Relationships had to be reevaluated, and someone was drained. Someone had to carry the load. So those relationships do have to be balanced out. Those relationships do have to have harmony at some point, or you will have strain in the relationship. And so the tarot is telling us that it's time to turn over a new leaf, that a new beginning is starting with the Ace of Cups, and that those debts, those things, making decisions, it's time to get those things in order with the Judgment card. It's time to begin again fresh and new. The price has been paid. Now you begin again. So it can also indicate that your legal issues, and when you're talking about Mayat, the legal issues that you've been dealing with, the matters are ending successfully. So someone is actually dealing with a court case or dealing with something in terms of something dealing with having to come to a conclusion on the matter. And someone is at a point where they possibly going to get some good news soon on what they've been dealing with in terms of their situation, in terms of justice. So that is a wonderful thing. And the King of Swords is also, that's dealing with the air element. That is representing a decisive action will occur quickly. So again, this is going back to some things are really about to shift for you in a positive. Use this position, any position of authority, to act with justice. Again, here we are with the energy of Mayat, of acting in justice. Do not let personal desire take the place of fairness. So be fair in all of your dealings. Be fair in all of the dealings that you may have coming forth in the future. So that is good news. But this has been, you know, a rough Venus retrograde. Like even in January seemed like a whole year. I know a lot of people have said that, and I agree. It started, I can't even remember what happened in February. I can't remember what happened in March. It's like, here we are in April, and so much has happened since the beginning of the Gregorian New Year. The Nine of Swords is also coming up, and it's showing that you feel, you know, mentally drained. This person feels mentally drained. They've been through a lot. They feel mentally drained. They had a lot on their mind. They take a lot of that energy with them wherever they go. It's showing, you know, even in some situations, desperation and deep mental depression. So this person hasn't been able to sleep at night. They've been having, you know, difficulty sleeping. They may have been very stressed about this situation. So, you know, this relationship, this situation, this stuff dealing with courts, relationships also include other business partnerships. A person has really been stressed about this situation, and it's been going on for a while. That person is really needs to take care of their mental health, because things are going to turn around for you. Let me pull another card. Again, we're talking about Mayat. We're talking about Libra, Venus energy. We're talking about partnerships of all kind, relationships of all kind. We're talking about justice. We're talking about balance, harmony, reciprocity. Someone definitely needs reciprocity in their relationships. They feel like they've been doing it all alone. And again, this Venus retrograde definitely could have brought up that stuff. And the Mercury retrograde that just ended, that's dealing with communication. So the communication could have been off with people, relationships at work, whatever it is. Those relationships could have been a strain during this time. And even sometimes post Mercury retrograde can be very stressful because it is still potent, even though it's so-called direct, but it takes 2 weeks for that energy to settle down. So still be careful with your communications, and if you don't have to sign things, I know that's the old way of people say that, don't sign contracts if you don't have to. You may be a little better doing it now, but just read them over really good before you sign stuff. Let's see what else comes up. All right, 8 of coins. That is coming up as well. And, you know, the 8 of coins is also, you know, letting us know that, yeah, some things are about to happen. You're going to find yourself learning new skills or having new ways of communicating with people, specializing in certain knowledge and things that you have. You have the knowledge and you have the ways of communicating. It is about finances again, is coming up. So again, we're talking about specialty knowledge a person may have, promotion. Things are going to turn around in your relationships on a earth level, on a monetary level, on a resource level. So a lot of those relationships can be salvaged if the communication is there and you make the right choices coming up. So that is wonderful. And we also know that Venus is one of our personal planets. So it affects us just as Mercury is a personal planet. It affects us personally. So you do feel it a lot as well. And we also have Mars just went into Leo. So it's more of an action. Mars feels a lot better in Leo than it did in Cancer. So we have Mars and Leo right now. So we're thankful for that because it was not easy having Mars and Cancer for so long, and it was also retrograde. It was not fun. So that has moved on as well. It's time to get real about the situations you're in. It's time to get real about your relationships and your partnerships and your communications with others, and love. You know, if you want to find love, you first have to be real with yourself and put yourself in positions where you want to be around a particular type of mate. So get yourself in as much as you can. You don't have to be perfect, but get yourself in a position where you feel like you are going to attract the right person. Let's get one more card in the tarot. All right, let's see. The King of Staffs. And the King of Staffs. It's you know, it's a energy of saying like it's time for you to take control, to being a more dominant. You might need to lean more into your masculine energy. Some of you all may have been in your Venus energy and not really have worked in your masculine energy enough. It's also a person who has a good heart. And of course, in dealing with Mayat, that energy about balancing the scales of your heart against a feather. So you want to keep your heart as light as possible during this time. You want to look to be, you know, straightforward. Keep your heart light and be honest. That's another thing about Mayat. She loves honesty. So don't be afraid to lead. Be a person that you can listen to and also advise wisely. So use that energy to be honest, to be a good-hearted person. Maybe, you know, have to balance that energy of that male and female energy that we all have within ourselves so that we can be successful in the world that we live in. And your relationships can improve. So the card that I pulled. I'm working with the African Goddess Rising deck. And I want to pull a card to tie all this together. And I'm going to read from the book because I want to give a good message from this if I don't have anything that comes to mind. Let's see. The Spirit has to say. One card. African Goddess, what message do you have? What message do you have for us? Ooh. Okay, I thought huge message do you have for us? All right, so we have pulled the Tituba card. Goddess Tituba. And she says, feeling safe. Feeling safe. So I want to find a reading about Goddess Tituba. I have never worked with this goddess, but I'm very glad that she showed herself today. I'm very glad. And I want to see where I can get a message. So, Goddess Tituba, she's the goddess of feeling safe. She's from Barbados, Guyana, and Salim. The temple ancestors, her element is air. And she's a great Tituba god ancestress Tituba. She was an enslaved Caribbean woman who was the first person accused in 1692 Salem witch trials. Woo! She was most likely kidnapped from Guyana region of South America and then sold through a Barbados plantation. Wow. It is finally safe to be you. You have wandered through a dark night. Your trip has been long. There is light ahead. Your liberation is apparent. The embodiment of this energy, of this goddess, you deserve to feel secure. Feeling safe is knowing that your basic needs are met. Feeling safe is feeling at home in your body. Feeling safe is trusting your journey. Feeling safe is feeling free around those you love. Feeling safe is trusting that the sun will rise again. If you grew up emotionally, spiritually, or physically unsafe, reset your default expectations to a healthier vibration. The Goddess Declaration. I am safe. It is safe to be safe. I am safe. It is safe to be safe. We honor Goddess of feeling safe, Tituba, the goddess, great ancestress Tituba, who was accused in 1692 in the Salem witch trials. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And who knows it, feels it, and who knows this energy well are our Sybil sisters who are much, much older, who have the embodiment of the goddess, of the sacred, divine, feminine, and may have had this energy in their past lives. So we honor you. We honor you today, Goddess Tituba. She came through. She came through, y'all. And she wanted us to know that I am safe. We are safe. It is safe to be safe. Let's take in a deep breath. We honor you. We honor you, goddesses. We honor you, kings. We honor you, gods. But we honor the goddess because she is rising. And all of us have the goddess within us. Patriarchy has told us something different. But we honor her today, and we honor all of the witches, as they call us, which means wise woman. She wasn't trying to hurt anyone, that type of energy, but they wanted to do what they wanted to do. But we honor her today. We honor you today, and we always come back to this energy of one, this energy with Mayat, that we stay in balance and we keep our hearts light, that we fight for justice, we stand in justice, reciprocity, and balance, harmony. We honor you. We honor you. And if you feel anytime that you're out of balance, recite the 42 laws of Mayat. Those are the first laws, right? Those are the laws that the Holy Bible took their 10, I forget the name of it, but yeah, that's where they get that from. Anyone who wants to know. All right. So with love, myrrh, I honor you all and thank you for listening to this message today. Ashe. And I did want to add, there's one thing I want you to do as this particular card really is speaking, to connect with your body. Where do you feel unsafe in your body, if at all? The soma. Where do you feel safe or unsafe in your body? Where do you feel that energy in the body? And that's where you want to do your deep breathing in that area. Send that energy to that part of the body to open up that energy so that you can be clear as much as possible. Ashe. Take care.